In air combat, seeing first means living longer. Striking first means winning. And staying unseen means ruling the sky. This is the F-22 Raptor, stealthy, supercruising, and engineered to erase enemies before they ever know it's there. Why do pilots still call it the apex predator of the jet age? Today, we go inside the machine built to end a fight before it begins. Origins: the need for an apex fighter. The F-22's story starts in the late Cold War. The U.S. Air Force wanted an air superiority fighter that could outrun, outclimb, and outthink anything it might meet, especially advanced Soviet designs and surface-to-air missile networks. The program was called ATF, Advanced Tactical Fighter. Two prototypes faced off, YF-22 by Lockheed and YF-23 by Northrop. Both were stealthy, both were blisteringly fast, and both promised a revolution. In the end, the Air Force chose the YF-22, more agile at slow speeds, brutal at high angles of attack, and paired with thrust-vectoring engines that let pilots point the nose wherever the fight demanded. The first production F-22 flew in the late 1990s. It reached initial operational capability in the mid-2000s. Budgets, shifting priorities, and the end of the Cold War capped production under 200 aircraft, but the message was clear: the United States had fielded a true air dominance platform. Not a generalist. A specialist in winning the sky. Shaping for invisibility, stealth by design. Stealth isn't a single trick, it's 1,000 design choices. The Raptor's edges align, surfaces blend, panel lines avoid right angles, and the engine face is hidden behind serpentine inlets so radar waves can't bounce straight back to the source. Radar-absorbent materials and coatings do the quiet work, soaking up energy, reducing reflections, and keeping maintenance teams busy. Every screw, every seam, even the way the doors open and close is tuned to keep the RCS radar cross-section tiny. Weapons ride inside the fuselage. No dangling missiles to light up the radar picture. In a fight, the bay doors snap open, a missile leaves, and the doors slam shut in a fraction of a second. Blink, and the jet looks clean again. But raw stealth is only half the story. The F-22 also uses low probability of intercept radar modes, think of it as whispering in radio frequencies, plus passive sensors that listen without giving away location. The result? The Raptor builds a picture of the battle while remaining almost invisible inside it. Engine power and Supercruise, speed without the flame. The heart of the Raptor is twin Pratt & Whitney F-119 engines. They deliver something few fighters can match: Supercruise sustained supersonic flight without afterburner. Why does that matter? Because afterburners drink fuel and light up infrared sensors like a flare. Supercruise keeps the F-22 fast, efficient, and harder to spot. Then there's 2D thrust vectoring. The nozzles pivot, letting the jet pitch violently while staying aerodynamically controlled. High-alpha maneuvers that would bleed energy and control from other jets become usable tactics here. The result is a fighter that dictates the terms of the engagement, arriving faster, turning inside the enemy's expectations, and leaving the fight on its own terms. At altitude, the F-22 lives where thin air and high speed crush older designs. Speed, stealth, and altitude multiply each other, harder to see, harder to reach, and always positioned to shoot first. Avionics and sensor fusion, the information advantage. Modern air combat is less, who can turn tighter, and more, who knows more sooner. The F-22's and APG-77 AESA radar scans wide, tracks many, and can focus energy like a spotlight. Around the airframe, missile warning sensors peer for hot exhaust plumes. Electronic support measures sniff for hostile emissions. Secure data links share this picture with other Raptors. The magic is sensor fusion. Instead of drowning the pilot in raw data, the jet fuses radar returns, electronic cues, and threat libraries into one coherent picture: friendlies, hostiles, unknowns, cleanly tagged in 360 degrees. Pilots describe it as having a layer of intuition inside the cockpit. The jet doesn't just show you dots, it tells you what those dots mean. Historically, the F-22 prioritized being unseen over broadcasting. Over time, upgrades have expanded link options, threat geolocation, weapon employment cues, and seamless integration with coalition aircraft. The goal isn't to be loud, it's to be decisive. Weapons: first shot, first kill. Inside the bays, the Raptor carries the tools to end a fight before it starts. AIM-120 AMRAAM for beyond visual range kills. AIM-9X for close-in heat seekers. And a 20mm M61A2 cannon for when fights get personal. Air-to-air is the headline, but the F-22 also dropped precision weapons in combat. JDAM and small-diameter bomb, when required. It's not a bomber. It's an air dominance fighter with the flexibility to hit targets that matter, then vanish back into the high sky. One signature move: the bay door shot. Doors pop open, a missile streaks out, doors snap shut. The Raptor minimizes its exposure window to preserve stealth even while firing. Training and tactics: building ghost pilots. Owning an Apex jet means training like one. Raptor pilots live in high-fidelity simulators, fly red flag exercises, and practice intercepts, ambush setups, and cooperative tactics where one flight hunts while another flight hides. A common theme in debriefs: opponents lose the jet, then the fight. The Raptor appears as a fleeting contact, if at all, then missiles materialize from unexpected angles and altitudes. In close, thrust vectoring flips the script: defensive becomes offensive in a heartbeat. The F-22's doctrine is straightforward: shape, ambush, overwhelm, disappear. It's chess with supersonic pieces. Combat debut and real-world missions. The Raptor's combat uses have been measured but meaningful. It has flown air patrols, escorts, and precision strikes, often in heavily defended airspace. In complex coalitions, it worked as the high-end quarterback, quietly sanitizing the air picture, deterring hostile aircraft, and passing targeting data to other platforms. It has also served as a deterrence presence, where the value isn't in the missile fired, but the missile never needed. Rivals fly differently when they know Raptors are in the stack. Maintenance, LO care and upgrades. Stealth is power, but stealth is work. Low observable coatings demand careful handling, fasteners and seams must align, technicians spend long hours keeping the jet quiet. The payoff is a fighter that starts every mission with the advantage. The Raptor continues to evolve. Software and hardware upgrades have brought new weapon integrations, improved threat libraries, enhanced electronic warfare, and radar improvements. Processors get faster, displays cleaner, data links smarter. The jet you see today is measurably more capable than the one that entered service. Rivals and reality, how the F-22 stacks up. What about the newest threats? New generation fighters bring powerful sensors, long-range missiles, and their own stealth tricks. The counter to that is what the F-22 already does best: deny the first shot. Stay unseen, stay fast, and make the sky a trap. Comparisons are seductive, but air combat is a system, not a duel. The Raptor thrives as part of a team, backed by AWACS, tankers, and allied fighters. It doesn't need to win style points. It needs to win first. The road ahead, NGAD and legacy. The future is coming, new programs, new threats, new ideas. But the Raptor has already written a chapter no one can ignore, a decade-spanning standard for stealth, speed, and situational awareness. As next-generation systems appear, the F-22's influence is baked into them: Supercruise, sensor fusion, and the relentless pursuit of first look, first shot, first kill. However long it flies, the Raptor's real legacy is strategic. It kept the high ground of the sky. And that's what air dominance has always been about. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Raptor, hit like, drop a comment telling us which jet we should cover next, and subscribe for more stealth, speed, and air power stories from Jetkin.